Hey, how's it going, everyone? It's xsinick. We're coming back again to continue painting on what we started this morning. So this is the part two, more or less, of the last video, and hopefully we get into to a lot more exciting stuff. Let's get right to it, because I think I had connection problems. It just ended, and I was going to end it anyway. I wasn't feeling so hot, so I had to go out, go for a walk, eat some fruit, do healthy things, right? So I'm back. We're going to jump back on this. God is good, and I'll see you in a minute. Hey, here we are, back on track. So we were like cleaning and fixing this guy up. So I'm going to dump him onto the Wacom, and then we'll start painting with him. Now, if you have any questions about doing this kind of work, like painting, I'm going to get rid of these black bars that's on here. So yeah, any kind of like any questions at all, feel free to hit me, to come online and chat with me and ask me questions. And actually, I try to do a question every session for chat or anybody that's listening. So here's the question. So I think the last question I had was, who is your favorite artist? Right? This is a question I have here. Let's see. Ah, forgive my spellings, guys. Here you go. That's it. So, what is your, not you, what is your favorite board game? Think about it. There's so many board games that we've played throughout. Well, some people have played throughout, their lives up to this point. I mean, I don't know how many board games you've actually played. They're not as popular nowadays, but they have like different board games like D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, different things like that. I'm more into like, Ludo and not chess, but Ludo and checkers and Snakes and Ladders and Monopoly and those kinds of board games are fun. I think there's one called like Uno and there's like trivia board games and stuff. So, what's your favorite board game? Mine, I would say, I would just go with checkers, man. I like checkers. We could play checkers all day long. If I could somehow hook up checkers here in Twitch so that we could play together while I draw, I will totally do that. Or even tic tac toe. Maybe we could do tic tac toe. I don't know. I'll look into it. All right, guys. So yeah, on to painting this magical robot here. Let's pump up the music a little bit. I hope me actually drawing and painting and doing this stuff is like some sort of ASMR thing for you out there. I hope it brings you relaxation and gives you motivation also to do your own projects, or to if you don't know about painting or anything like that, like it might inspire you to go get like a set of colored pencils or gouache. Before I started doing this digital stuff, and I still do, I still do physical like drawing and physical coloring. I wouldn't call it painting because I'm not really a painter. So what you see me doing here is really is a little abnormal for me. I know how to do it. It's just I don't do it as much. So I'm going to clean up some weird things that's happening here. I'm gonna put this into like a black or gray or something. It's got a dark gray. Maybe I have to figure out like what's going on with his with inside of his arm right there. Like what kind of technology is happening in there? I think it may be those muscle fiber technologies that we go back to. Let's try it. Let's figure this out. Let's figure this out together. Okay. Okay, that's enough there. I do like some of the writing that was on it, so let's try for something. Do like the writing that's on there, so let's, before we forget, let's add some kind of writing. I'm gonna put a 3 here. Uh-oh, it's 33. Be careful. And let's add some of this blue that was back on here. I like the light blue vibe that was going on there. So let's do something like this. Let's bring up some of that nice color. Whoa. Whoa. What's going on here? You know, I press one of these and it changed my palette. Oh no, can I get it to set back? I think it was supposed to be hue, but it's like it's doing something weird. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's go with this. Guys, I'm sorry, I screwed up. There's some nice big colors there, but this should work. Okay. Oops, let's undo that. Let's make it even more 1 pixel. Something like that. Okay, let's see the rest of his body here. So we fix his upper body. Okay, let's fix some parts here. kind of like the feet they gave him. It got here. I think I'm gonna stick with that. What the? I think so far all our guys have like either barefoot or special type feet. Now his foot, I kind of don't necessarily like it, but I think this might be good for now. So I would like to let you guys out there. I could talk about something that happened to me today. So I went out after the stream failed. So I was like, hey, I better go out and get some stuff done. So I went out with my wife and we went to the Tops, the grocery store, to get some. I wanted to get some fruit. And by the way, I got like a really good mango there. So that's a whole nother thing we could talk about some other time. But yeah, so I went to Tops and going to the checkout. There's a guy, he had like an extra paper bag, and he was like, hey, do you guys need a paper bag? I think he looked at our cart, and I don't think he saw that the fact that we actually had a reusable bag there. And he was like, oh, I have an extra paper bag. Do you want it? I was like, no, thank you, sir. I think we're all set. And he's like, well, I'm giving it to you anyway. he just handed it to me. And at first I was a little annoyed. I was like, dude, didn't you hear me say like we're all set? But at the same time, it was like, I thanked him. I said, thank you. And he's like, yep, Merry Christmas. I was like, yep, I'll see you later then. And then he said Merry Christmas, and then I said I'll see you later. And at first I was a little annoyed. I was like, man, this guy, what's going on? Just a little annoyed, right? Not much. But then, I sat down and I thought, it's like, man, you don't see much people trying to do kind things these days. Like he was thoughtful enough, even if he didn't see the fact that we actually had a bag and he offered what he had, I think it was really good. So, and I think that was God trying to talk to me also, because I was going through a little bit of a rough time, with just, things in general. And I just like to let you know, if you're going through any kind of rough time out there, you're not alone. I mean, a lot of people are going through all kinds of, a lot of people are going through a lot of personal issues. And actually and there's also people going through real world issues, right? So like some people, they're still trying to like find a decent paying job, right? They're tired of working low end jobs and stuff like that, and they want to work a high end job where they have enough money to do the things that they would like to do, not just survive and pay bills. I mean, after a while that gets a little old, but even for some people, just doing that is fine for them. They don't need much. So it's relative, right? It's relative to what God puts in your heart. Some people, they have a bigger plan for themselves and they have all these dreams and ideas and they would like to see them, get at least one or two of their dreams or ideas happening, right? Hence, I put someone like me, trying to produce, a video game. Some people might be like, don't waste your time, that's some hard stuff. You'll never get there. And there's always people who tell you that you could never do something. There's always that. So seeing that there's always that there, I'm going to go for what's not common, right? The fact that you could make it, you understand, and the fact that things could actually work out. So that was one of the things, So I think God was trying to use that guy to show me that, hey Nick, I'm still thinking about you and stuff like that. So, So I said, I did tell the guy thank you, and I appreciated it. I appreciate the gesture. It's the gesture more than the what it is he was trying to give me. But sometimes in the heat of the moment, you don't think about things like that, and sometimes you gotta slow yourself down. Like, wait a minute, somebody tried to just be kind to me, and just thank God just for that. He doesn't have to solve all my problems. He's just a guy going to a grocery store, right? But the thing that he could do is that he had a paper bag and he could share it with another fellow grocer, and who was a black guy too, because I'm a black guy, and that guy, he was an older white gentleman, and he's just trying to be nice, right? So we have to encourage people to continue being nice to one another, right? No one likes, despite how you might feel, you would not like to live in a world where everybody is dog eat dog and out for themselves. That, if you're doing that and you're living like that and you think that that's going to get you somewhere, it only works for a period of time, right? That only works in a society where people are generous. But in a society where people are all dog eat dog and the entire society turns like that, you being like that is actually going to destroy you and the people that are like that. I've lived in a society that's kind of like that a long time ago. They kind of changed the dog eat dog mentality, so much so that when times got hard, nobody could help each other because everybody was poor and everybody was down and out, and many people went hungry for a long time and was just poor in the nation because that dog eat dog mentality, and nobody was generous or even kind to say something kind to one another. So that's one good thing that I like about America. There's a lot of societies out there, and especially nowadays, I'm not saying America is perfect, right? But there's a lot of societies out there where people cannot say not even a kind word to their neighbor, right? And these are some of the values that we've got to keep in a place like America, and I think even Britain has a little bit of that. And there's a few places out there, and even some smaller rural countries have that stuff. But there's a lot of injustices in a lot of these small countries, even with neighbors one to another. And that's the thing that people don't tell you, right? When you go in India, you might find some really nice people, generous, but there's also people who treat each other really horribly. They treat their fellow Indian person very bad. So I'm not saying India is a completely bad place. I'm just saying that no matter where you go in life, you're going to get that stuff. So when you see people trying their best to be kind of nice, sometimes it's good to acknowledge it. Tell them thank you, I appreciate the gesture, thank you very much, have a great day, and try to be nice yourself. Society, and I think there was a one of my viewers here said that people have to be careful of the media that they consume, and I totally agree with her, because a lot of this stuff could have you very self-centered and very self-focused. But anyways, yeah. So coming back to some of the stuff that I was going on, I don't want to go off too much on a rant all by myself and have a conversation all by myself. But yeah. So another part of what was happening is that so now after that my wife went over to the laundromat, right? And in the laundromat there's an older lady who was there talking to another older lady, another friend or something. They look like friends talking, and I was standing there, and all of a sudden the old lady came up to me. And she explains, she said, hey, I found this, she had a dollar bill in her hand. And I knew she was going to give it to me. And she was like, hey, I have this dollar bill in my hand. I found it there, and we tried to get somebody, and I'm not going to take it, and my friend's not going to take it. I just want you to have it, whatever it is, And I was like, and normally, so guys, I don't know if you know, right? So I'm from Trinidad, and we don't really pick up money from off the street. If I see money on the street, some people, they might find like $100, and they're like, woohoo, right? I'm the kind of person that will just leave it right there and walk away. I try not to pick up things that are not mine, right? But she had it and she offered it, and I was like, you know what, Nick, just say yes and say thank you. And that's what I did. I said okay. I said thank you very much. I said, well, let me give you something. And I tried to dig in my wallet. And normally I have like Bible tracts, right? And I didn't have Bible tracts, which I have to remember to put some in there. I was going to hand her a Bible tract, and I didn't have one, but I had my business card. And I handed her a business card. I said, watch, ma'am. I was like, ma'am, thank you so much. I know this is not like the dollar you gave me, but this is what I have. And I just want to say thank you. And she accepted it. And you know what? You never know where things could lead, right? What if she knows someone that needs someone like me to do video and special effects? You don't know. What if one of her sons is a big Hollywood director and he's complaining about stuff, and all of a sudden she whips out the car and she's like, "Hey, I met a young man and he does effects. Check him out. He does 3D." You know, you never know where things could go. You can't just look at people and figure that they're not no good because they not live up to like what you think somebody cool should live up to. Remember, the things we see on Hollywood and actors and stars and successful people, a lot of that is manufactured to look that way. They have whole PR groups and they hire whole agencies to make them look a certain way. Right? So when you're on here on Twitch and you're trying to make your channel work and it's not really working, and it's not, people hire like full groups of people. I mean, I'm telling you, I used to be in a group like that. We were there to make architects and engineers look good and make their work look good. And they hired us and they paid us a lot of money to do that. And the other companies that didn't do that, they probably didn't do as well as the company that I worked in. I'm telling you, even during the pandemic, the company that I worked in, they actually made tons of money when people were losing their business and lose. You know what I'm saying? So like, hindsight is 2020, right? You got, and I can't be mad. Not that my company was evil. They were good. They just had the foresight to try to put things in place in case if some kind of weird disaster happened, and a weird disaster did happen, right? The pandemic. So. Anywho's guys, that's enough. So I digress, and I'm probably straying here a little bit in what I'm saying, but yeah, I just really wanted to talk about what I figure is kind of good fortune in amidst me not feeling so good. I was literally feeling a little physically sick, and I was feeling discouraged, and I think God used those people to show me that He hasn't left me or leave me behind, as long as I obey Him and trust Him, and not give into evil. Right? It's so easy to give into like self-indulgent things that are not profitable for yourself or for anyone. So, anywho's, yeah. So that's my story hour. $1 from a old lady in a laundromat, and a paper bag from a guy in the grocery. Okay, so we're slowly kind of pulling this guy. I think this guy is well together. I can't think of anything else except for making a knife. So let's do that. Let's make a knife for him. The knife was like this. That's the hilt. I'm actually gonna make some kind of sawtooth type thing. Okay, let's go. Let's make that hole, that mummy. Okay, I'm gonna switch over to this nice flat brush. Let's do it like this, and then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna look for like some sort of different color for this stuff. Let's do like that. Go like this. Come across. Go like this. Alright. Mess that up. Come back in. Zinks. Do like that. Hey, giving it some kind of weird angle so it looks kind of somewhat futuristic. Let's do something like that, right? So that's the handle. And I'm gonna come over here, and this will be, you know, the knife in the kind of hilt of his hand. Make this a little smaller. Okay, I'm gonna go a little bit more into white here. So get some sharp Okay, that's something kind of like a knife. The handle probably needs to be a lot bigger, a lot longer, but we'll leave it like that. Okay, let's see. So let's zoom out and see this guy. Okay, the gun needs some work. Yeah, the gun is all over the place here. So maybe it's good to be a little ambiguous, but I think at this point in the stage of the game, I want to actually show what's going on. Okay, so I should outline what the gun is. Gun is this. That. Whoa. Woohoo. Right now the gun is all kinds of crazy, so maybe I design one and bring it in after the fact? Yeah, this is stupid right here. Okay, I'm by no means like a weapon designer, but we'll get somewhere with this. If you're really into like guns and weapons and stuff, you would understand some of the things that need to that a weapon like this would need, you know, and the makeup of it. So, if you're that kind of person, please have mercy on me. I'm just doing this on the fly. Just to have something to start modeling. If you notice, I'm just throwing down blocks of color right now. You know what, I think maybe we could take this. I was actually planning to design weapons after the fact, after I designed these guys, so you know what, I'm just going to stick with hinting at what this could be. Oops. So exactly what this gun is and what it could do is left to the imagination. Yeah, I mean, it's some sort of automatic pistol, of course. But I'm nowhere near into this stuff as maybe some people are. I'm somewhat into it, not a whole lot. I used to play Call of Duty back in the day, but got really tired of that really quickly. Okay, so it's just mainly a big block of color. Okay, let's do that. Let's bring this in here. Whoa. It's a fictional gun. I'm gonna select this, bring this all more into white, go with a smaller stroke, gonna pass that. So you could get this line effect with any brush in the GIMP by holding shift and click from point to point and you'll get a line. It's really, really handy when you need to do straight lines. Okay, we sort out what that thing looks like at some point. Alright, so I think this is the basic guy. And whew, what a stretch. What's this? Is this a airbrush? Whoa. Okay, so we definitely have to give this guy some of that blue color treatment. Okay guys, so we're gonna have to switch up gears here, and I'm gonna have to do something different because I'm kind of running out of steam a little bit here, mentally mostly. I think the other thing that has to happen is that I need to give him a nice color scheme. You know, I could run the pistol through I could run that pistol shape through like a stable diffusion or something like that and see what it comes up with, you know, in terms of like, you know, stuff that I could add to it, like some detail, but I don't think it's going to help right now, because I'm planning to do separate gun pass anyway on all these bad guys. So yeah, so I think this guy's looking pretty snazzy. It wasn't much to do on him anyway, just to kind of clean up some things and have him make a little more sense. Yeah, I think he's looking pretty alright. So yeah, the only thing that has to happen is that he needs some coloring. So I like that blue that's happening, you know, and you know there's some more blue, and he already has the orange, you know. Yeah, I think, you know, we just have to echo some of the other design through here. Maybe I might drop a little red in there just to throw it off a bit. But yeah, okay, so I think I'm gonna call this as a done. Actually, I'm watching as we're talking. I'm watching that shoulder box, and I think that shoulder box should be an orange, you know, to match with everything else. So let's go and give that. I think the shoulder box could be like an ammo box or something for him. He reaches in and he gets like ammo and grenades, and man, he's tricked out, right? Let me just something like that. Let's give this a slightly, I like the light blue color, but let's give it a different color. Let's give it a Sid Mead, what I like to call a Sid Mead orange, like the kind of orangish yellow. So let's go file, filters, tools, colors, hue and saturation. Let's just do a hue shift and see what we get. Okay, hue shift is getting us there. Let's give it a little bit of overlap. Give it a little bit of saturation. Okay, so I think it's changing all the colors that was on there before on the bottom, because there's layers to this. Let's see what the box is on. I think mostly this layer. Yep. Let's go back here again. Let's go back into filters. Actually, colors. Oh, make sure we're on that. Colors, hue and saturation. Yep, there we go. Give it a little bit of overlap. Full saturation. Not too much is happening there. What if I go into like the blue? Not too much. How about this magenta? something like that. Okay, let's try this again. Colors and saturation. Let's drop a colorize on this. Oh, colorize brought it out. Okay, let's go back to the top paint layer. Now let's go back to colorize with that. Colorize. Yeah, that's what I needed. It was a little colorize on that. Okay, yeah, that's the ammo box. From a blue to an orange. Yep, I think it kind of brings everything together too. Alright, so if there's anything, I'll see you guys in a little bit. You know, I know these videos are kind of short and I'm going like 1 hour and a half burst and that kind of thing, but there's other things that I gotta do, and I'm on here and I'm getting a little fatigued. Just a little bit. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Take it easy and enjoy the rest of this Saturday. xsinick out. I may be on, if you're watching this, I may be on a little bit later just to hang out. No recording, no tutorials, no videos. Sometimes I just come on here, I play a game, I listen to music. You know, if you want me, I also do reactions. So if you want me to react to like a video, you know, that will be the time, which will be a little bit later, or maybe tomorrow. I'll be reacting strictly to just whatever you send me. If you want me to react to anything or anything like that. So see you guys later, okay? Yeah, keep drawing. Take it easy.